What is up, guys? We are back for the AEW review. I don't think I did one last week, did I? I'm not sure. Probably have to check that out. But we had a very long but very good episode of AEW Dynamite / Grand Slam Mexico. Really great matches. It's like AEW was like, okay, so WWE fans are like happy about these matches that they got. Let's show them that the bar is in hell because we have like a higher ceiling of great matches. And they did. They had two very good matches, another very good match. And yeah, but we're gonna start off with probably the most interesting part of the show, and that was the return of MJF. So there was a triple threat match for the number one position in the Casino Gauntlet that is happening at All In, which was won by one Andrade El Idolo. And after that, he cut his promo. But the return of MJF, who surprisingly still has his triple B. I don't know where he got that from because last we saw it, one of the Jackson brothers, I don't know which one had it, after they gave Kenny the original AEW World Championship. So either one of them put it backstage and then MJF Swerve took it and went home with it. So MJF got it back. But yeah, MJF is like, I got screwed because Will Ospreay came out during that match with Kenny Omega. Godly match, by the way, one of the best matches of the year. And he's like, he's going to be in the Casino Gauntlet. He's going to have a match, I think next week, I'm not quite sure, for the number 2 position in the Casino Gauntlet. I wonder who else is going to be in there, because if MJF is in there, then I could see Swerve being in there too, because if MJF, a huge star, is in there, then there's no reason why another big star like Swerve isn't in as well. But yeah, that was good. Kenny isn't on the show. I don't know why, because he was advertised like earlier on, like when it was after he beat MJF, like he was on the posters. But I think after last week they removed him and it was like everybody else, like he wasn't on there anymore. So interesting. I wonder what's up with that. But yes, yeah, so we also had a banger of a match with Kyle Fletcher and Speedball McBailey. Speedball McBailey won that number one contender ladder match at Redemption. It was a banger. Could have been match of the night if it wasn't for the main event. But this match banged, and I don't know where Speedball goes after this, because it seems like Kevin Knight is occupied with the W stuff. So I don't know, because I really thought they would do Kevin Knight versus Speedball at All In, and like that could end up with Speedball winning the TNT Championship, because I don't want Darby to beat Kevin Knight for the title. Like, Darby, stay back. Like, we don't want another reign with the TNT title. Like, do other stuff. But yeah, after Kyle Fletcher won, he ran into Okada. So, we're kind of setting up stuff there. So that's going to be fun. And Okada was there for a match with him and who else was on that team? Is it the Don Callis family, I think? And they're going up against Mystico, Chris Jericho. I don't know who the other person was. You see how much I don't really care about some of these matches. Like, Mystico was great. He had an amazing pop when he came out to his song. I don't really know the name of the song, but it was awesome. I think Mystico might be the most over face of the company in all of wrestling. Like, I think he's more over, like he's a bigger name in CMLL than Roman is in WWE. He's bigger than MJF and Kenny Omega are in AEW. Like, he is like, I don't think Roman has had that big of a pop in like maybe 2 years or something like that. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just recency bias. But Chris Jericho was also there in his what version of Chris Jericho is that? I forgot. He was wearing his yellow tights. I forgot which version is that. But yeah, he came out. It was a pretty decent match. I think it was hard carried by the crowd because of how big, just enormously over Mystico is. But yeah, it was fine. We also had the Death Riders versus the Young Bucks and Cage and Cope. This was also a fun match, and Christian low blowed or kicked Marina in the groin, which was funny. Adam Copeland also tried to do a 619, which was horrible. It's like he said CM Punk is not getting the worst move of August. I'm gonna try to do the 619 and do it horribly. He also tried a super kick, another horrible thing. Like, it was something, but we also had, there was a lot of tag team matches in this show. I really liked it. But we had a 3-on-3 trios match. For the women, it was the Divine Manet versus the Brawling Birds and Willow Nightingale. It was a fun match. I really liked when Willow and Mercedes were going at it. It was just fun. I can't wait for both of these matches at All In. They announced that the Brawling Birds versus Divine Dominion is now official. Hopefully that is on the main card. I think they showed it on the main card. They didn't say pre-show, so I want those girls to be on the main show. Like, I don't think they've ever defended on the main show, Divine Dominion that is, so looking forward to that. We then had the banger main event that was Will Ospreay versus Mark Davis. And it's like, Mark Davis was like, I had that fine match with Andrade. I have a point to prove now that I can have an even better match. And this was everything. Like, blood, crotch grabbing, chairs, still chairs, barbed wire. There was a lot of stuff going on. It was great. It was gory. It was perfect. I really liked how dangerous or unhinged Will Ospreay felt. Like, he felt like John Moxley, like, in, a way. Like, you could feel like this guy has been hanging out with John Moxley for, some time. So I really enjoyed that. Fun match, great show. Looking forward to Collision because that is where the Cornell Cup is starting. And hopefully Tekla is back by then, or Dynamite, because I need something for Tekla at All In. It doesn't feel like there's any plans for her, and it's making me wonder if they're gonna do the Artists of Stardom titles. But because Julia Hart is kind of having some of the worst matches in Stardom, that's why they're not really doing anything with that. So that is it for the video. Like, subscribe, and see you next time.